So, I'm sure looking at the crowd, there are plenty of video game players, especially Call of Duty 3 was the biggest one I've heard about. Or is it Modern Warfare 3? I forget. Anyway, computer games. There are a lot of people, you always hear people complain about nerds. People make fun of them for being shut-ins. They sit around and nerd out all day, have nothing to do other than that. But at the same time, what people don't realize is how beneficial video games are to people. A long time ago, I heard about doctors playing video games because it actually helped hand-eye coordination. At first, I thought it was kind of a silly idea, but I looked into it and found out it's actually pretty legitimate. On top of using for hand-eye coordination, it is also a way of teaching. Just like animals learn from playing with their food, we learn through playing games. We respond better to anything that's fun, pleasurable, as opposed to sitting here being bored in class. We don't want to learn. But if you remember kindergarten, we played games and stuff to learn. We learn faster. Another thing, it's also a remedy to certain health disorders. People who are having functioning problems, people that are going through chemotherapy, just like laughter is the best medicine, gaming also distracts us from pain and any other kind of issue that's bothering you at the time. It also helps problem-solving skills. You have strategy games, war games, stuff like that. It's something that actually makes you go out of your comfort zone to think. Unlike, sitting there playing Tetris or Solitaire, where you're like, oh, look, a number. If you're doing a strategy game, you actually have to think like the other person. You also have to have teamwork. Depending on what game you're playing, some of them are strategy. You have teamwork games, you have games where you have to communicate. And although there are those people that, sit around at their house all day, you still have to talk to people. There's really no way of avoiding it, and you also have to think outside the box. It's also an imagination booster. In a game, you can do almost anything. I mean, that's why I wanted to go into game design. It lets you create things that you would not usually be able to do. Studies have shown that games also help alleviate common stress that we feel every day. PopCap endorsed a study by East Carolina University's Department of Recreation and Leisure Studies in 2008 found casual gaming actually improves players' moods. One of the negatives, and although, like I said, there are negatives to playing games, just like anything in life, you want to take it in moderation. There are people that take it to the extreme, but even though you have all that, they say that, sitting around watching TV, you're sitting there staring at a screen. You're really not learning anything from it. But with games and stuff, you have to interact. A lot of people would complain that, general stereotypical nerd, someone who's just sitting at a computer and they're fat and everything. They've actually done studies that it actually helps smokers and other people who would eat a lot. It would actually help distract them from eating and smoking. And of course, the Sims creator Will Wright once wrote, "The gamer's mindset is the fact that they are learning in a totally new way. Means they will treat the world as a place for creation, not consumption. This is the true impact of video games on our culture." And I believe that has actually become a benefit to our culture.
Okay.
As for questions.
What's your favorite video game?
What's my favorite video game? There's a lot. I've actually gone towards strategy games. I used to play Asian mythology because I love mythology, and I've also played a lot of Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, Mass Effect 2, and I used to be a really big World of Warcraft nerd. That's why I have the horde symbol tattooed on my back. But that was my impression from video games. Although I was very absorbed into it, I actually became a shut-in for about 2 or 3 years, mostly through high school, because I just didn't have a social life, mostly because I was too obsessed with the game. So it took up 4 years of my life, kept me occupied. It helped me get rid of a lot of stress I was going through at the same time, so I found it beneficial to my health. Yes.
You kind of did have a social life, though.
I did. Right? Yeah, exactly. I made a lot of friends. I actually still talk to one of them that I met on game. He's over in Kuwait right now. He was Army, and for that's another benefit to it is, people in the military, they need a way to get out of the stress. And gaming allows you to socialize and kind of alleviate the stress at the same time. So.
Do you think there should be a...
Are you designing your own game right now?
Am I designing my own game? Actually, I wanted to go more into the artistic department of gaming. I wanted to express my creativity of, my thoughts and stuff. I've had a lot of pictures I've done that I wanted to bring to life, and with my degree, I'll actually be able to, complete my dream, bring my pictures to life with animation. So that's kind
So you said you were shut in there for a while. I've got a younger brother who's going through that right now. What was it that kind of got you out of it?
I got bored of it after a while. I just got tired of doing it. I went from, when I first got that game, I was 14 or 15. I played it for 6 years. And, yeah, off and on. I mean, my first year I was pretty, I would sit there for 8 hours sometimes and not eat, drink, or anything. I'd just sit there and play that game. And I was so absorbed into it. But most of it was actually the social aspect. And, yeah, I mean, it was just something to, you know, take me away from everything else, and it was pretty nice. But after a while, I started getting out and socializing more, especially since I started college. It's like I have so many people that want to hang out with me. It drives me insane. It makes me wish I played video games again. But really, it's that bad. But I just kind of got bored of it and decided to get out more. And it was one of those things where now if I look at the game, I want to play it, but I just can't concentrate on it long enough to do it. And I think that was another thing it helped me do was, although I've never been, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Never been told I have ADD, but my dad told me I did a long time ago. And when I was playing World of Warcraft, it was the only thing I could focus on for more than like an hour. So I think that actually kind of helped me with that. It helped me learn to actually devote my time to things and focus on things better.
Okay. I'm going to stop you there, Kate.
Okay.
Okay.